Welcome to All Waves Considered, and I truly do mean all waves. Walking down a beach, I gravitate toward watching people surf, so I started walking the beach in Pensacola. As I walked up, Julius was coming out. It was chilly, and he so graciously said hello, welcomed me into his world, and said, "Hi, my name's Julius." I said, "Hi, my name is Kieran." And he says right away, "Would you like to try out my board?" And I'm like, God, he knew I could maybe stand on this thing. And I went, man, no, let me just take some pictures of you. And as we kept communicating, and I'd see a little bit on Facebook, told Matt, who's going to show up today, I said, "Matthew, I've got to send you this picture of Julius." But he's flying a drone, and he's taking these amazing pictures of the pier where we tried so hard to surf in the summer, which was tumultuous. It was, the waves in the winter are smooth, and I don't care that the water's cold. They're gorgeous. And I'm like, "Matthew, look at this one. Matthew, look at this. All waves considered. Look at this shot Julius took, yada, yada, yada." That's how I am blessed to have stumbled on Julius and All Waves Considered.
Thank you. Equally blessed.
Yeah. Mutual. The Mutual Admiration Society. I am from the West Bank, across from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. My life has been enthralled in such a joyful manner with water. So at an early age, we had a family camp down in Bayou, Louisiana. Very serene, beautiful place, lots of seafood, lots of fun, which evolved into the love of water, all kinds of water. We had a choice to either go on vacation to Florida, to the beach once a year, or my dad said, "I can buy a camp and we'll get a boat and y'all can learn to ski, and I'll ball seafood and we'll just hang out every weekend." So collectively we decided that, okay, we'll go with door number 2, and we'll boat and have a great time and bypass these beach trips, which evolved into quite an amazing upbringing on the river. As I grew up and continued to get pretty good at skiing, etc., I was about 8 years old, and I was skiing along the bayou in Bayou Pigeon, and one of my skis came off, and right away I took my other foot and I put it on the back of that ski, little kid skis, and one of them said, "Dad, she's lost a ski, but keep going, she didn't fall." So I went, turned, came back, dropped by the ski, and from then on I figured out how to get up on one or continue dropping one. So it brought me into the age of 10 where I got really good at skiing on one ski without a back binder, I might add, because they have unbelievable equipment, techno stuff nowadays. So as I really got into that, my old boyfriend loved it as well. So we skied every weekend. Then I realized Louisiana State University, LSU, go Tigers, finally had a water ski club. Not quite a team. We didn't get much funding at all, but we loved what we did. So I skied competitively for 4 years. I was a trick skier. I was a slalom skier in a slalom course. I didn't jump with due respect to my knees because of birth defects, discomfort, trying to keep them not replaced as long as possible. And so I loved the competitive aspect of it. So as I moved into education, graduated from LSU in education, I continued. However, I continued at 4:30 every day on the water and water skiing. Then I realized that the only difference between me and a 5th grader was they had to do homework before they got to play, and I got to play. It was an amazing life. As I got better and better and time progressed, and I stuck with this serious skiing, had trick skis, then I got a wakeboard. So wakeboards weren't around when I went to school with Wilma and Fred Flintstone from LSU, and I realized it was a lot of fun, very cool, very different. However, the crashes were very, very tough, impactful, And I've seen some guys really get a few concussions from rat trapping, if you will, on a wakeboard. So I kind of evolved away from that. Then as life went on and I continued this water spirit that was just so fulfilling and so soothing and so peaceful, I decided to really, really continue the love of water. Always had a place around the water. Would go camping, would migrate toward water. So my friends decided to give me a surfboard as a gift. Wall art. I went, wall art? Nah. Yeah, I'll keep it on the wall. It's called storage. And then when it's time for me to play on it, I'll take it down. So I had a 19-foot Proline with an outboard, and I would actually take an old wakeboard rope, and I'd hold on to this surfboard and surf around and surf around and surf around, like I'm surfing, holding on, fall off of it, yada, yada. So loved it, and then I stumbled upon this ski school where I had my boat service, and they said, you can surf behind a boat. And I went, you got to be kidding me. No, you can't. So, okay, let's go out. March 23rd, 2016. Cold, chilly, had a suit on, instructed by this gentleman how to get up. Got up, first time, fell in love with it. Such is life. Surfing on real surfboards behind a boat today. A little bit fast forward and back up a little bit more. So as this gentleman told me, well, you cannot ride a real surfboard because you'll never be able to stop it. And I'm like, that's what you think. So as I got the surfboard off the wall that was supposed to be wall art, I figured out a way to surf on that board behind a boat that was designed for the ocean and make it really work. Thus began the journey of truly starting to collect these boards, understanding it. It's a beautiful place down here on the river, so we can, during the week, have a great time, but have respect for others. So as this popularity for this sport grew, where you could go surf in the ocean and you could go surf behind these boats. Most wake surfers surf on wake surfing boards, but it opened up a whole new spirit, if you will, that gave us so much more opportunity to grab a wave where we didn't have to sit and wait for a wave, much less the perfect wave, or go to parts of the world that had the wave action. We could truly create it for ourselves through these boats. Once again, trying to be as respectful as possible. With the collection that grew out of this amazing sport, we now have a choice of boards, and in the spirit of giving, in the spirit of being this blessed and sharing, we need to proceed with caution because we are still liable for others' safety. So the love of the waves. So once you have a smidgen of courage, a smidgen of cockiness, a smidgen of giving, a smidgen of the unbelievable relationship of the feet, the central nervous system, to that object floating on the water, whether it be the ocean or behind a boat, it is absolutely indescribable, as verbal as I am, as descriptive as I am. It's a whole nother universe.
It's an embodiment practice. I feel like a lot of therapy now is all about getting people to re-embody themselves, because a lot of times trauma gets people to disassociate from their own thoughts and their own feelings. And I feel like anytime you're engaged in a process where you have to be so in tune with not only your body, but how your body is navigating the externalities of the world, the wave, it's so centering. You go to a flow state that I feel like is so healing and so addictive.
It truly is. It's that same feeling of, actually blessed to have a few people in the boat, because I get so focused. I need to be aware of the boats behind me, or if you're in the ocean, you need to be aware of surface left and right for etiquette. You need to be aware, But when you get so deep in the focus and so, as they say, into the moment, this blows that concept out the water. We're so into the moment that the sound of the water, the feeling, the tactile, everything you get back from nature, everything you get back from that water, be it out here on the river or out on the ocean somewhere or the Gulf or Pensacola or anywhere, that I can get out of the, I won't label myself ADHD, but I'll get out of that attention deficit disorder or dysfunction or mild forgetfulness. And before you know it, I'm quiet, believe it or not, and I'm back focused on not falling and just the power and the energy that offers.
I have another question for you. I have two.
You can ask me anything.
Okay, I like it.
Yes.
It seems like you're good at developing intimate, long-term relationships with people. How would you explain that?
That is a fantastic question, because I am now back friends with my childhood friend. And when we're together, we go over the joy. The answer is joy. How do we maintain long-term friendships of any kind? Even if they're not a surfer, they're not a cyclist, they're not a climber, they don't like nature. We can all find joy in another human being and align with it if we choose to go that deep. I meet you. Favorite thing at that point in time, the beach, the board. You're telling me, yeah, I've got this great board, but I'm just learning. Cool. I don't even have a board. I'm going to watch you. You offered me to write it. So the key word to long-term relationships, in my dearest, darling, queen of the universe opinion, is joy. Because once someone has felt joy from you, they're going to long to be back with that same joy.
Cosmic
listening to All Waves Considered. I am your host, Kieran Grace Landry, coming to you live from the porch, Amite River, French Settlement, Louisiana. I wished everyone could be exposed to this, but I'm sorry, it's not your day.